What's going on, Libra? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic month so far. You understand the excitement in the second, Libra. But for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the greatest, Libra. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself is brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Let me tell you why I'm so pumped, Libra, because it is Celestial News Monthly. Yeah, it's a great time of the month there, Libra. How could we not be stoked? But Libra, before I get into this whole reading, just a reminder, I am open for personal readings. So if you're curious about how these planets are interacting in your natal chart, or want to see where the tarot lies to find out how we can work with the energies there, Libra, go ahead and down in the description box there are some links for some services that I provide. It's also on my Instagram page as well there, Libra. Now with this, and be mindful, Libra, scammers are about, so I'll never reach out to you for personal readings, by the way. Just a little extra FYI there. But Libra, with this monthly spread, whenever the sun moves into a new sign, we're going to talk about where the planets are and how we can work with the energies. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said there, Libra, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great angel around here, Libra. Alright, Libra, so I have oracle cards here with the zodiac signs that the sun and the planets are in. I'm going to pull an oracle card from this deck for each one of them, and then we'll get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, Libra, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. Thank you, guys. And also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching there, Libra, so check them out. They're a fantastic group. I want to say one of them's a Libra Rising. And yeah, I want to say she's a Libra Rising. But also there's a link for an astrologer down there as well, Libra. There's some podcasts that I've been listening to. Both of them I think have Libra moons, so that's exciting. And then there are some links for some apps that I like working with as well there, Libra. So you got all types of goodies on there. Avail yourself when you want to make the time there, Libra. But before we get into this big old birthday bash that Pisces is doing in their sign, there are a couple of aspects that I wanted to just kind of get on your radar there, Libra, just to kind of pay attention to. Because you have one of them, which is going to be going on for a little bit. And it's probably been doing some funkiness with your Libra placements there, because it's been affecting all the cardinal signs. But you have Chiron, the wounded healer, and you have the North Node that they're both traversing through Aries right now. They're getting ready to form a conjunction, and with the North Node being in Aries, that means the South Node is in your sign there, Libra. And the South Node is it's kind of like where like what we've mastered in a sense, like that place where we go to be comfortable. And now it's like now the goal is to get out of that comfort zone, take what we've learned here and apply it to our opposite sign in a sense, kind of take that, go a little bit bigger with it there, instead of going from like a partner dynamic to a more individualized for you there, Libra. But with this energy, this is going to be an interesting one, because I feel like for you, this is going to be one where you are sort of at this tug of war with maybe how we want to show up for our partnerships, or how we've been keeping the peace, trying to do all of the things, making all of the accommodations. But I feel this can be one where it's going to be challenging you, Libra, to go with your instincts. What are your needs? Where do you feel your energy going there? In what ways have we shrunk ourselves? Maybe what are some ways that we've even become maybe a little cunning with it, Libra, a little manipulative, and been where we're just feel it's that aggressive side of Aries, but I feel in that very tactful Libra type of way, very, very kind of like a stiletto there, Libra. I see you, but I do feel like it is being mindful of those types of stuff where we may be again either underperforming or overperforming in a sense, and finding out the source of that, really kind of challenging that, and I feel too that'll be kind of difficult with Chiron because again Chiron is that wound that we never really heal, but through learning to take care of it, these gifts unlock. Chiron's its glyph is shaped like a key, and it just like as we just start to take care of those things, it just different things unlock there, Libra, and it's really kind of fantastic when you learn to treat that wound with the same type of love you would the rest of yourself, you know, the gifts that kind of pop up. But yeah, this could be one where, especially if you have points around, oh, and it's happening on the 19th of February, Libra, where the exact's happening. It'll be exactly happening at 16 degrees. So if you have any Libra placements there, or if you have, or even just like if you don't have any Aries placements, just find out where you have 16 degrees of Aries, and this may be an area on your journey to just kind of examine there, Libra. But it'll affect all of your cardinal placements, it'll affect your fire placements, and it will affect the other air placements, not just yours, but Aquarius and Geminis as well. But this could be one where there's a lot of growth happens there, Libra. You know, you show up for yourself in a different type of way, show yourself that you can show up in a way, you know, coming to face whatever fears that we may have been dealing with, Libra, letting them help us grow. And then too, I feel of the zodiac signs, I feel Libra does the whole kind of bringing people into peace and bringing people to that sense of remembering that keeping that balance is a constant thing in life, and you need to be okay with the paradox, with the constant ebbing and flowing of that. It's exhausting, so you have to sort of kind of pull back from that, and there's this, I feel, acceptance and surrender that comes with Libra that I feel like, because this could be when you're working on yourself, this can inspire others as well. There's a long-winded way of saying that, Libra, but you know, just don't diminish your effects on others there, Libra. Just keep that in mind. And then we have this big old conjunction party that's had a lot of conjunction energy going on around here right now. Mars is going to be doing something with Pluto. Your ruler, Venus, will be talking with Pluto here soon. Yeah, just a lot of conjunction energy, a lot of new fusions of energy. But you have the Sun, Mercury, and Saturn that are all going to be conjunct on the 28th of February, and that'll be at about 9 degrees, Libra. So any mutable placements, any water placements, or any earth placements that are in that 9-degree point, you may want to pay some attention to there, Libra. But this is one with the Sun and Mercury. I feel all these energies fusing together at once. It's like the Sun is thinking about now the Sun and Mercury have had this new conversation with Pluto in entering Aquarius. And so now it's thinking about their individuality, thinking towards the future, how that comes towards the collective. And then you have Saturn and Pisces there, which is kind of asking you, I feel like, how are we going to ground some of these things? What are some stuff that we need to let go? What are some cycles that we may be holding on to, in a sense? There's time to do some sort of introspective work, in a sense. And I really even feel like this could be even kind of Saturn challenging us to imagine something bigger for ourselves, to allow ourselves to daydream a little bit, not stay in that daydream, but hey, you can dream bigger, you know, because Pisces has the most active imagination, or the very active imaginative life or energy of the zodiac. And so I feel like in the hands of Saturn, this is one where we can really encapsulate like what it is that we want to accomplish, and then have the tools to get there as well. Very kind of magician energy, I feel like, is coming through with that energy for you there, Libra. So These are a lot of serious questions we're kind of asking ourselves. Can we show up in a bigger way? What ways have we maybe been, even with Pisces energy, their biggest thing is escapism. So in what ways have we maybe been ignoring our calling or escaping that certain difficult situation or whatever this may be looking like there, Libra? So it's a mix up with these aspects, but just at least I got you on your radar there. But let's talk about this big old bonanza that Pisces is throwing in their sign. Because you have the sun that's entering Pisces, Mercury's entering Pisces, your lovely ruler. Oh, and I'm so excited for you, Libra. The Empress is going to be entering Pisces, and then you have Saturn and Neptune who are still hanging out there. Now, with the sun is going to enter Pisces on the 18th of February, and that'll be at about 11:13 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we'll be there through the 19th of March, Libra. Now, with this energy, we're coming on the close of the astrological year. A lot of new stuff is happening. We just started the new calendar year. We had the Chinese New Year not too long ago, and now we have the actual, this season getting ready to start up here. We've been in a lot of new beginning energy going through here, Libra. So this is a time to just evaluate what's been happening over this year since last March. It's been a lot of energy shifts. Pluto had just entered into Aquarius. Saturn had just entered into Pisces. We had a lot of big shifts around that time. And then we had, the whole eclipse energy around like Scorpio season, Libra season. There's been some big energies. Venus retrograde, I don't know about you, but that whole time around Leo season, the Empress was doing a lot. but I feel like this is a time to really kind of go within, exercise forgiveness, kind of process everything that went on, do this through maybe some, especially I feel like when your ruler gets in there, Libra, really kind of express yourself. But this is a great time for introspection, for doing some meditation, for just getting in a place where you can just kind of allow yourself to heal and recuperate from everything that's gone down there, Libra. And intuition is heightened during this time, so I feel like there's just this more, I feel like, kind of stronger awareness that comes around in Pisces seasons. We kind of can see ourselves from a totally different view. Like, I read this book and I kind of like how they describe Pisces. It's like Pisces isn't the one observing the world. They're observing the mind, observing the one observing the world. Like this, it's like some real kind of out there stuff with Pisces, but it does sharpen awareness in a sense there, Libra. So I feel like this is a time to pay attention to your daydreams, to pay attention to just any sort of subjective things that come up for you in a sense. Just really be in this place of observation and understanding of what you have the power to create there, Libra. And also, this is a time where we want to be mindful of escapisms as well. Like I was talking about Pisces, there could be a tendency for that, especially with where things have kind of gone right now, Libra. But then you have Mercury, that's going to be entering on the 23rd of February, and that'll be at about 2:29 a.m. And then they'll be there through the 9th of March. And I like when Mercury's in water signs. I think Pisces might be where Mercury is like underrated how sharp they are. Because again, Pisces is that, it's not just that like that intuition, they're the awareness, they are the consciousness, that acknowledgement of a collective conscious, something way bigger than just this experience, but all kind of plays together. They're kind of like the movie The Matrix in a sense. It's like it's something so small can have such a big impact on thought, And so I feel this is a time to really kind of get into that creative thinking type of space, working more intuitively, going with things that don't quite make sense, those intuitive nudges, those things that get you curious, whatever that just kind of pops out to you, certain imagery, maybe certain messages, certain synchronicities. But I just got a synchronicity earlier, thinking about, I was doing Cancer's reading, and we were talking about the new moon in Aquarius, and not only did I have a card out for that, talking about that energy, but then the actual card came out in a deck that I was using, and then another new moon card popped out along with it, and all in air energy. So, I feel this is a time for the air signs, with Pluto being in Aquarius over these next 20 years. Uranus is going to start flirting with Gemini starting next year. Jupiter's going to be entering Gemini here soon. There is going to be a lot of air support here in a moment here, Libra. So I feel this is a time to really kind of think outside of the box, really kind of get creative, understand your kind of stuff a lot deeper, any sort of like psychological patterns, just finding this inner peace in the time of this turmoil. I feel this is going to really be beneficial. And then something else that'll be beneficial for you, Libra, is that your ruler is going to be entering into Pisces on the 11th of March at about 5:50 p.m. And then she'll be there through the 5th of April. And this is so lovely, Libra, because not only does, it's after you and Taurus, the signs that she presides over, then it's Pisces that she's exalted in. She does very well. She operates very strongly in Pisces. And I feel because there is that extra sensitivity that comes when you get to Pisces energy, because the Empress is already sensorial. She's already has that real heightened sensual energy. She has this awareness of what peace looks like, but now it's like taking it to a step further. Now she's feeling where she helps provide these inner peace for other. Now she's hyper aware of those around her. And I feel that this energy could be, we want to be mindful of that, Libra, just because there can be an energy, or there could be at a low expression of this, to sacrifice oneself so much, and to overgive, and to want to heal all the things, because there is, again, this extra awareness that's happening. You can put yourself in their shoes. It's like Pisces can hold like all the experiences of everyone, and they can really kind of embody that, because again, their imagination is so vivid. And so just be careful of just like this sort of sensory overload, in a sense there, Libra. Doing some kind of peaceful things, making sure to cleanse your energies. And this really kind of ties in nicely too. Well, one more thing with this, the lovely aspect of this is that there is this unconditional love there. There is this, you can meet people at a more compassionate level. And I do, Libra, I do always feel like you just have a way of your speech, how you approach, is always very, the words are just always well placed. Just everything is so, it's not calculated, it's just intuitive. And it's so neat how it's done in order to maintain that sense of peace. So I feel this is going to be one where you're going to need to develop this inner sense of calm. But I feel in that's going to help you more effectively, I feel like, work with others as well there, Libra. It's very fascinating. But let's talk about Saturn in Pisces, because Saturn is going to be there until the 24th of May, 2025. But he'll do some retrograde. Him and Neptune will do some retrograding back between Pisces and Aries for a little bit. But, Saturn entered Pisces last year back in like early March. And this has been a time where, with all these energy shifts that are going on, we have to be more mindful of how we interact energetically. I remember walking into a place that I used to work at, and It was like right at the start of Mercury retrograde, and it was a hot mess. It was the hottest mess. I mean, and like I was just kind of walking around like, whoa, what? Like at first I just like, what's going on? But I'm like, oh right, and it was tough, to just kind of just watch that happen, and I feel like it is because we haven't trained ourselves. We've become so overly stimulated that we don't realize how sensitive we really are to certain energies. I feel like there's almost been that numbness in a sense, and now all this Pisces energy, I feel like it's going to bring about this is kind of chipping at this lack of awareness and really kind of getting into this energy here. So now with Saturn, I feel in Pisces, this is kind of taking more responsibility for how we interact on a day-to-day basis, how we work energetically with people, with environments, and really kind of tuning in with that and getting, I feel like, even a little bit more diligent, or just more as far as like leaving things unfinished. It's like you have all this potential. Let's say, for example, it's like, well, why aren't we living to our fullest, especially if we're aware of what we can do, when we see where our imaginations can allow us to build. When you think about when we're kids, we have this huge imagination, can't tell us to do anything, but then that's just like that gets dulled over time there, Libra. And so now we have to reinvigorate that, because it never goes away. It just gets a little, it's like a muscle. It just kind of atrophies a little bit. You work it out a little bit, kind of dust it off. It's kind of like riding a bike. But then the last thing there, Libra, is Neptune and Pisces. And this has been a very special time, I feel like, especially for if you have any sort of Pisces placements, or if you have any sort of connections again with this Pisces energy, because Neptune is the modern ruler of Pisces. She's been in there since 2011, and she'll be in there till about the 30th of March. That's when she'll first enter into Aries, but then she'll get introduced to retrograde dancing. But this has been a very special time for Neptune. She's wrapping up her last cycle as well, with being in Pisces, and she's taking her time. And I feel like this has been something where she reminds us that with working with these kind of intuitive gifts and these new sort of insights, understanding ourselves energetically, incorporating more spiritual practices, whatever that's look like, connecting with the earth, connecting with source, remembering that we're all one, and that we're just different expressions, then it's like knowing that all that takes time. It takes practice. It can seem elusive. It can seem like we're in a fog, because Neptune is mysterious. She's foggy, when you start thinking about that sort of transcendental type of things that Pisces get into. I remember reading about Pisces energy, and it's just like I had to read it a couple times. So I'm just like, it's some really thinking. It's like you've thought about it, but it's like when you really think about it, and then you create what that looks like when you're thinking about it. How do you actually comprehend what that means? That's where the excitement happens. And so, I feel like that's what Neptune has been trying to do, is just to kind of get us back to where, just realizing how powerful our imaginations can be, how each of us there is something we're here to do energetically, how we're operating in that, what we're meant to learn in doing all of this. I've been even really kind of paying attention to just like how I operate in, thinking about my needs and how something emotional like me feel, how I operate with Moon and Gemini in the 10th house, how that works in partnership with my Sun placement, and then how my Sun heats up or warms, cools down, or however, depending on where I'm at on my journey, just like thinking about that a little bit differently there, Libra. So, and this could bring about this sense of kind of disillusionment, and because I do feel like that Neptune is kind of, now that we're getting done, or we're kind of, not that this energy just goes away, we still can take the lessons from this, but now she's pulling the curtain away. It's getting time for her to kind of wake up out of the dream in a sense, and get to taking action again, where she's kind of got to get, it's almost like a new birth that's happening, is what I'm kind of picturing here with this Neptune. She's, the universe, she's been in the womb of the universe, and now she's got to get back out there in the world with this Aries energy, turn on those survival instincts, get to this where she's working with this intuition. So, all right, That's what I got for you there, Libra. And I like this too, because you have this for your first card. You have the Ascendant Masters card here, which is a card of devoted spirits with specific intentions. And I feel with this, Libra, that in your ascension, as you're going through this journey, that there are going to, I feel there are going to be certain guides that you're going to be calling upon for different things. I feel that and what I mean, like, and that's kind of, I feel like a broad way of saying that you're just going to be becoming, there's this opportunity to become more specific with how, and more intentional with how you're manifesting, with how you may be seeking guidance. Let's say, for example, and it doesn't have to be necessarily this extreme, where, let's say, if you come from, worshiping, not worshiping, but, being guided by God, maybe we're thinking about, being guided by our angels, or maybe by Buddha, or maybe by Pisces. Like whatever. And I'm being very serious in that, Libra. In that, it's however I feel like you connect with Source. You may connect with Source in different ways along the journey, and it might be different ways during different years, different days. It just may evolve. One moment you're talking with a familiar, the next you're talking with an energy, the next you may be, again, God. But I do feel like it is understanding how, again, we may all come from Source, but I do feel like there are certain guides and different, just like how we all have different charts, different energy signatures that we're looking to tap into. What happens if I do Cancer Sun in the 12th house this way? Okay, or what if I try it this way? Does that work with my Chiron placement? Does that unlock this? And it's just like, that's what I feel like is you getting kind of, the word is playful with the energies that you're working with. And in that playfulness and that imaginative, in that tapping into that imagination too. Maybe you have someone specifically you channel to when you're working with, when you're talking about money issues. Maybe you have a crystal that you're working with as well. That maybe you got some moss agate. You're channeling abundance, but it's very interesting. Let me get some tarot on this, Libra. Let's get some messages from your guides and Ascended Masters. And I'm getting this energy, Libra, of kind of looking to your South Node, wherever that may be, because I feel like there are, because even if you don't believe, let's say, in reincarnation, this can be in how you operated when you were younger as compared to you are now. For example, my South Node is in Cancer in the 12th house. So there was probably a time where I used to escape maybe in a past life, or that's how I used to escape as a child. I have very vivid imagination with 12th house stuff, and Cancerian energies can be at home in that 12th house or in that imaginative space, in that, because it's really fascinating, but where you can feel safe. But now it's like, how are we growing from that? How do we take that, what was like a tool, a place to hide, and use that as a tool for ascension in a way? But let's see what's going on there, Libra. Ooh, there's been a lot of this going. Oh, Libra, look at you. So you have the Seven of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Hermit, and the Death card here, Libra. Let's talk about this Death card, because I feel something is wanting to change here, Libra. I do feel like this is you evolving in some sort of way. Something is transforming. There is a different level of awareness that's happening, because that was interesting, talking about your ruler in relationship to being in Pisces, and how there is this, I do feel like there is this hyper awareness of you, Libra, but not in a way that I feel like is stressful. It's one that I feel like is unlocking different tools within you, being very aware of what you need, of what not necessarily feels good or what doesn't. It's just like when we feel out of balance, we intuitively know, like, okay, let's adjust this. Oh, this person tends to drain me a little bit. Let me pull that back. Just let me not message them maybe today. Oh, this job does this. Maybe I need to cut down my hours a little bit, or maybe I need to not push myself so hard. Just like little subtle nuances there that's happening. I feel like this hermit is getting wise with their energy. I feel like this with what's going on here, Libra, and there's this opportunity to build this nicer kind of foundation in a sense. Kind of gets more steady in the changes that how the energy is flowing. I feel like tapping into a new potential here. I feel with that star, excuse me, that the hermit is putting in its lantern there, Libra, not rushing this experience. And that's interesting, Libra, when I'm recording this, because the Seven of Swords is the moon in Aquarius. So, I do feel like you are on your specific journey. There's a route that, and I feel like maybe for some we may need to think about changing course, and I said just even think about it, and then ask yourself, why do you want to change, or why is there this resistance to change? And not to this place where we're staying in stagnation, but at least where we've reflected on it, we've made peace with it. This is the necessary steps that I need to do to get to my true calling, to get to be living my authentic self. All right, Libra, I like that. Let's get us hydrated a little bit, and let's talk about Aries. Because you have Mercury. Mercury's going to be busy. Mercury's going to be transiting through Aries on the 9th, or will be entering Aries on the 9th of March. And that'll be at about 11:03 p.m. And then they'll be staying there until the 15th of May. And why so long? I'll give you one guess. Yes, retrograde. But nice thing we're not talking about that yet, because that'll be happening in Aries season, which I'm kind of excited for this. I feel like this is a very, very well placed retrograde for Mercury. I feel like I see them. But with Mercury in Aries, I do feel like this energy again will challenge you, Libra, because with Aries energy, anything that comes across your Libra placement in Aries is going to be forming oppositions, which are kind of like this tug of war there. It's this, trying to find how do we bring the best of both worlds together and make this thing work, or paying attention to even where we tend to give. And I feel like this is very nice with how you have South Node, which is your normal Libra response, and how do we push something a little bit differently, something that's truer to you. Maybe this is some sort of like thing that we've created for ourselves, but there's something more internal that we're keeping locked up here, Libra. I feel Mercury kind of shifts the mindset a little bit. It adds that heat where it's just like, yeah, you know what, maybe I have noticed that I do this towards others, or maybe I am the one that tends to do blah, blah, blah. I used to like this, and it's like in that realization, I feel like it's not even letting it get you, I don't want to say get you shook, but I feel like it's one where I don't feel like we need to beat up on ourselves per se. It's just like we're going through this experience, we're going to make mistakes along the way, but I feel this is one where you can be a little more bold, and you can be a lot more bold in what you want to achieve. Maybe you've been putting your dreams on the sidelines. Maybe we've done some sort of things. Maybe we've been limiting our options, but now we're opening ourselves up to maybe different alternatives. Whatever this is looking like here, Libra. But I do feel like this is challenging your thoughts in a way, saying something like maybe there's something King of Pentacles like that we didn't think that we could do, but now after meditating and making space during Pisces season, and really kind of being aware of maybe where we've been hindering ourselves or been setting limitations on ourselves that aren't true, or just things that we've imagined, then we can kind of change this narrative to how do we embody King of Pentacles, as opposed to what has been fed to, as to what defines a King of Pentacles in a sense there, Libra. So that's what I feel this Aries, this kind of Mercury is Aries for you. Is just getting your mind kind of fired up as far as like, what are some things that we may have been, again, kind of holding ourselves back. You know, what are your instincts telling you that it wants to do, in a sense, going to your needs. You know, we're thinking about self. And I'm just getting like self-preservation, and not in, and again, it's not. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with being selfish. There are times where there are things you need to do for you there, Libra. So, but yes, I think that's all the energy I got for you on that, or at least all the information I got for you on that one there, Libra. I'm trying things a little differently. And it's been an interesting shift. But let's get an oracle on this, Libra. Let's see what's happening. Alright, Libra, and I dig this. You got some Lovers energy coming through there. The 6th card. This is the Up from the Depths card here. And this is a card of releasing difficulty. And we just talked about that, Libra. And the Lovers is Gemini's card. And I feel that this is... Gemini energy is one that is about perception, really kind of taking in its immediate surroundings, not really processing anything, but if something does bring up a thought, that's just sort of like a side effect, you know. But I do feel that there's something here as far as like in exploring your inner world, getting... It's interesting. What I'm getting it as, it's like going from the outside view of it's almost like I'm picturing almost like the zodiac going in reverse, which is kind of what the North Node and the South Node does a little bit. But I'm picturing that it's like going from doing the subjective kind of inner work from Cancer, you know, like this hermit energy, getting into this reflection, and then going back and then pulling up the things that we've observed. Because Cancer meets themselves at a very deep place. You know, we're all about feelings, that and if you happen to have those Cancerian placements. And my sun sign's in Cancer, and as for a couple other things. But I feel like there's something here that's needing to be analyzed into a sense. You know, why we were holding on to something so well and not coming at it with a criticizing eye. Because, you know, I feel like Gemini, I remember reading something it's by Stephen Forrest, who I've been really enjoying, that he says that Gemini can be at a higher expression is without opinion. And not that they don't have opinions. It's just like, we're just letting facts be facts. You know, what's coming up for you, this is how you're feeling in that moment, and it is valid. And it's not judging it, it's observing it. Seeing how it comes up, what things that it brings up in you. This is giving me very kind of Queen of Cups energy. And understanding where we've been clinging on to something, where something's been kind of like, I feel like dragging you down in a sense, and now we're looking for that release. You know, we're trying to let this thing go. Find Scorpio energy with the Death card being here, allowing this, that we don't have, like, we have a finite amount of time on this journey. It's like, how do we want to be spending it? I feel like this, and I like this, Libra, because it's like you coming up from all the staircase imagery too. You coming up from the depths, and it's like you're joining your ascended masters. You've gone through they've gone through this shadow work. And you recognize that, not even just gone, you understand that it's something that we go through on this journey, and there's a sense of peace with it. We stop resisting the difficult, and we embrace that, okay, this may be a challenge that's coming up for me here. What do I do going forward? So, alright, Libra, thank you guys. Let me see what's going on here. Alright, so you have the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Cups, the Page of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, and then the Fool card here, Libra. And let's talk about the Fool. Because I feel this energy is this new start, this opportunity to come through this door, to I just feel like in that exhale, just becoming a little bit lighter there, releasing some of this emotional baggage here, Libra, and just kind of starting fresh, allowing yourself, like, it's like after you have that, that's interesting. It's like how you have, like, you've ever had that just really real good cry, Libra, where it's just like we're just like, oh, just this deep cry, then afterwards you're just lighter afterwards. That's what I feel this Page of Cups is like. We're needing to release something. We've been maybe keeping yourself busy with this Eight of Pentacles here, been maybe throwing on workloads to now deal with some stuff, and then we've been getting to this place maybe where we're almost at burnout there, Libra, with the Nine of Wands being here, this Eight of Pentacles energy. And now there's this thing where and that's interesting because I feel with this Nine of Cups here, I feel that there's this awareness that's happening, that we're seeing where if we've been kind of stuck in some sort of cycle or not been getting what we wish, that it's like how I was saying with that observing earlier, that even when I talk about Venus being in Pisces, there's this realization here that you create the world that you wish, but not in that you've wished bad things on yourself, that how we've been reacting to the things that have been going on may not have had this sense of maturity yet. With the Page of Cups, we need to go through this thing maybe as a Page of Cups to kind of strengthen things up a little bit, Libra. I hope this makes sense, and it's getting to this, that's leading to you becoming this Page of Cups here. But I feel there's this with the Page of Cups, it's like I feel like it's trying not to become jaded. I feel like with the life experiences, where we can become so hardened not to where we don't want to trust in other people, in ourselves, however this may be looking. And just paying attention to what that vibration may attract there, Libra, and how we've been dreaming of this light here, because that's what I feel like this Nine of Cups, it wants this sunlight there, wants to return to where the Ascendant Masters are at. But there's something that I feel with the Eight of Pentacles here is just something that we need to work on. Or there's a lesson that's still needing to be done here, Libra, and it's going to push you a little bit. But that doesn't mean that, when you allow yourself, this is not a rush in a sense, like give yourself grace to take a rest, to reflect, to recharge your batteries, and when you do feel in this energy, because change is exhausting. It really does. It takes a lot out of you. So, and I feel like it's honoring that, and that you are, but the fact that you are growing in this, I love that. The candle goes out as we're talking about it, honoring that, Libra. But let me light this other one, and let's move on to Aquarius. Because you have Mars that's going to be entering Aquarius, and then you have Pluto that's in Aquarius there, Libra. And this is going to be an interesting one there for you, Libra. Because, you got, let's start with Mars. Because Mars is going to be entering on the 12th of February at about 1:05 a.m. And then he'll be there through the 22nd of March. And if I said February for the first one, because that'd be a short travel. He's going to be there from the 12th of February. But how I'm feeling this Mars energy kind of coming through there for you, Libra. I feel that this is one where, because I feel like right now we have Venus is still in Capricorn right now. And we're just kind of working through this, Libra, because I feel this could be one where, especially too after Mars forms his conjunction with Pluto, that things can move fast, but I feel like it can happen in either direction. So I feel like this is one where if you feel that you are in an emotionally volatile place, I feel this is one where we just want to take some time, be with ourselves, do some things that raise your vibration to the roof there, Libra. Have a self-care day. Do one where Empress Day. Do one where you're going out to appreciate art, or that you're going to listen to some peaceful music. Maybe you're going on a hike, Libra. Maybe this is going to look at the sunrise and then have a perfect day, go look at the sunset. But because it depends, I feel like, especially if we've been keeping things, I feel like, kind of pent up in a sense, because Aquarius can be a rebellious energy. And in the quest of this uniqueness, I feel like, and have we been living our authentic truth in a sense, there was a little bit of resistance that's going on with the new moon that was even happening in Aquarius, because it was squaring the modern ruler of Aquarius, Uranus, the Fool. And there may have been this doubt of, can I do it with this energy? Can I find this security by myself? Or I feel that this can be something where, again, if you're very intentional with what you're doing, things will move very fast for you in the direction that you want. And again, it's not to say there's not going to be challenges, of course, but there is motion that can happen. Like, one example, like, the very first time that Pluto entered into Aquarius, my moon sign is at 0 degrees of Gemini, 15 minutes, freshly into Gemini. And so when he first made the inexact with my moon placement, something happened that I was working with Venus and Cancer in a way. I was really kind of channeling that energy, and in that, something happened. Like, I let my guard down a little bit, and something happened that struck a nerve, and I lashed out. And and things happened very fast. Like, it was, as soon as I was going, it was too late, and I was already in it. So I was like, well, F it, let's just go. I'm on a roll. And got in it, said some things, not quite even sure what I had entirely said, but it was things, and in that, I got eyes on somewhere that I was hurt, somewhere that needed some love and some tenderness, but at the cost, I didn't catch it fast enough. And so that's what I'm just saying with this trine energy. Any energy can be a double-edged sword, but we just want to be mindful of the options there when we're working with these energies, because Mars doesn't have to be seen as a malefic planet, because Mars gives us drive with being in Aquarius to pursue where we've denied ourselves freedoms to, that allowing ourselves that, I don't have enough time for school because of this, or because someone excuse me, Libra. But yeah, this can be a very brave energy for you to really boldly be yourself there, Libra, and really kind of stick to your needs, and think about how you want to, again, show up for society in the future. What version of yourself do you want to embody? We're getting from this place of where I feel the energies don't want us to just sit on the sidelines anymore. There's some actions that are needing to be taken. So, and then you have Pluto that's in Aquarius, and he will be there until 2043. And this is going to be an interesting experience for us there, Libra, because Pluto is the planet of transformation, of metamorphosis, of just bringing things from the depths and really kind of seeing stuff. The shaman energy, this is going deep and real tough introspective work when it comes with Pluto. And Scorpio. And, or if you have Scorpio placements there, Libra, you know how that energy can be. And I feel with Pluto in being in Aquarius, this is really kind of asking, just asking ourselves, how have we lost ourselves in the collective? What does that mean? How have we been, even I was talking with someone today, or was this, no, this was like a couple of days ago, and I liked it. And it was actually something I have been thinking about, where I refer to you as Libra because I'm talking more so channeling the Libra frequency than really talking with a Libra sun or something. But because it's however you resonate with Libra. We all have Libra in our place somewhere. I have Libra on the third house cusp, but I don't have any planets in Libra. But they were even saying, like, I don't want to identify as my sun sign as a Virgo. I would rather, and I was like, you know what, I'm totally with that. I'm totally with it because it is more nuanced than that. They said this is an energy that you're operating with. So that's something to, I just feel like Pluto is really kind of asking us to meet ourselves on a deep, you're more than just a Libra sun, just to keep that example going. You can be a Libra sun, and what makes you different from all the Libras is that maybe your Venus, it was in Leo. Yeah, that would work. Maybe it was in Leo, maybe it was in Virgo, because Venus is always within two signs of wherever the sun's at. So she can be in 5 places whenever, that can be even the house. So I just feel like it's understanding yourself on a nuance level, but not separating yourself entirely from the collective. It's that Pisces awareness that's coming through there. And so I feel for you, this can be a place of kind of rapid growth there, Libra. And things may come up for you fast, considering, that Pluto is forming that trine with your sign. But that doesn't have to be where this is this doom and gloom. This can be what you take from it. This is an opportunity. The planet of transformation is giving you an opportunity to really meet yourself deeply and transform through this, do some really incredible healing work in order to get to this embodied version of yourself. And there's going to be some really wild stuff too, Libra. I've been getting this energy of, because Aquarius deals with space and things, so who knows how we may come to understand technology in a way, and understanding and that's something too. I feel like there is this deeper understanding behind technology and being more mindful of its usages and in the ways that it has helped, but in also the ways that it has hindered. And I don't feel just, oh, how fascinating. I don't feel like just in a, what was the word I'm looking for? It went away. That's fine. But Libra, you have the 7th card here, which is Chariot energy. We're just talking about that, which is the past life guides. And this is a card of karmic lessons and present assistance. And I do feel that we are in this, and I mean, you're getting a lot of guidance here, Libra. I mean, between your ascendant masters and your past life guides, and this is where it's saying be specific with your intentions, and I feel like it's being open to how these guides interact with you, because it won't be the same. There are different ways, I feel, whether this comes through your imagination or if this comes through in some sort of intuitive nudge. Maybe you get some downloads, maybe you get a certain smell, maybe there's a certain taste, maybe there's a certain sound that... But I do feel that there is something where it may be time, Libra, to, again, do some introspective work. Go be very subjective and in that subjectivity, see how that has translated, you operating when you're interacting in the world there, Libra. And I feel like if this is getting you out of some sort of loops here, we've been kind of carrying on the same type of, sort of like hoping that we don't screw up the planet and then pass it on to the next person, like, okay, well, now this hot potato is your problem. And it's like, maybe we should just fix, address the issue. It's as opposed to, whatever it is that we're deciding to do. And I feel like it is paying attention to, in all of this, Libra, you're not alone in this. This is not you taking on the weight of the world. We all have our parts to play, and we do have present assistance, but and I feel like not even just in just like a cosmic sense there, Libra. In a soul tribe sense. I do feel deep down we all want, to raise the vibration through the roof. It's just that we're all got different experience and ways of expressing how we get there. So, I feel there is this kind of level of compassion that is coming through here as well there, Libra. But let me get some tarot on this and get some more details with this guide work. And this may be something, Libra, maybe you want to go book, maybe like someone who reads like Akashic Records, or maybe like does like past life work, or do your research, but that might be something to check out there, Libra. Alrighty. Thank you, guys. Let's see what's interesting, Libra. Alright, so you have the Six of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Lovers card here, which we were just talking about, and the Sun. With that Lovers popping up there, Libra, I do feel like this is asking you, are you doing the stuff you love, but also being aware of the decisions that you make? What kind of legacy? Do we want to keep passing the same legacy behind, just accumulating this, or do we want to, I feel like this is you building a different sense of wealth in a way. And I don't want to just mean just throw around the term just like generational wealth. Like it's just like rebuilding, reestablishing a different meaning for legacy is more, that feels a little more kind of like to what I'm trying to get at. But with the King of Wands being here, I feel like he's been really kind of translating as this, just using this energy more wisely in a sense, because the King of Wands does have a lot to give, and when he goes for it, it's the sun, happiness, fulfillment all over the place. But I feel this is something where we need to choose to go towards the sun now. The sun, I feel like we've gotten maybe a little far away from it, and Pluto's trying to show us how far we've gotten from it. And now it's time to start working back towards getting that happiness. But I do feel the sun too is just like kind of shining some light on either some past mistakes that have been carried down by us collectively, by us individually, and I do feel it's getting to this place where we are interacting with each other a bit differently here with this Six of Pentacles here. And I feel even just like knowing our self-worth enough to say when we don't have, not to feel guilty about it too when we maybe not have what to give, because this is the moon in Taurus. And yeah, I just don't feel like we're giving from any sort of like empty cups anymore. There's this lack of energy. There's this, it's like there's this different type of love for yourself, for the people that are around you, for your soul tribe, in a sense there, Libra. So, and I'm even getting for some too, Libra, if this is something that's possible to, if you're able to like physically talk with any sort of elders in the family, I definitely feel like that's something that's kind of coming out there. And if not, maybe just even sending up some prayers. Because I feel like we are all, where the body may disappear there, Libra, the soul, the energy still is around, and I feel like that there could be this interaction through maybe there's just like different signs, maybe you have a grandparent who was a fan of butterflies and you always see butterflies around you there, Libra, but just something like that. But you are very divinely guided and I feel like protected here, Libra. I like this. Now let's talk about Taurus, because you have Jupiter, Big Papa, is in Taurus, and then you have Uranus that's in Taurus as well there. And let's talk about Uranus, because this has been a very interesting place for Uranus to be. Where Uranus goes, he does bring change. He brings this, because change, he brings almost like this restlessness, this rebellion, because it's like in that keeps the mind innovative. He doesn't just do it just because. It's that when something's become outdated, when the tower is no long, when the foundation's just no longer starting anymore. Like, this is a time for us to reinvent, to start anew, to go on this journey, to see where we can be better, be more ourselves. And that's where I feel like Uranus has been in Taurus since 2018. And I feel like that this has been really kind of asking ourselves, just questioning where we put our security into. Like, and I mean that not just in like jobs and just like in everything. We had we had a bunch of job shifts and layoffs and things during around COVID and stuff. We had to go switching from working remote. People work from home. Is that our jam? But then also too, our senses were affected. With that whole thing with COVID. You hear people losing their sense of smell, sense of taste, or it's just been permanently impacted. And it's just like, now how do we work with what's happened here? Like, it's just like, I feel like it's really has been inviting us to invest more in ourselves, because that's where the real security is at, is in this vessel here, because this is where we're at all of the time. And I feel like this, like, redescribing what feels good to this vessel, and not in, I feel like, an overindulgent type of way. Because I feel like that's can be the confusion when Jupiter enters into Taurus. Is just like we want to, on a lower expression, feel all the good things all the time and kind of overload on that and just get these quick dopamine hits, but then lose the actual. You just become numb to it after a while. You gain a tolerance. But this, I feel like, is looking at those things that have that long-term value, the stuff that we really can't take with us, in a sense, this wisdom that you're getting from all these guides here, Libra, that are helping you through these issues. And it's not, again, I do feel like it's in this work, this questioning of values, this following these true dreams, that everything comes together. You can still get 10 of Pentacles and be King of Pentacles and be this abundance, but I just feel like that is abundance what is this what abundance means to you, or is this something that this is what we've been told is safe? With Uranus in Taurus, this has been kind of challenging that sense of self. And this can also coincide with natural disasters, environmental changes, and just even just kind of just some groundbreaking discoveries toward, related to our planet and how we interact with that. And again, your ruler, in a sense, is almost like Mother Nature. I mean, Venus being with that Taurian side of being connected with the earth like that, and I feel like that peacemaking side, bringing that, both signs, you and Taurus, are bringing this sense of harmony, the sense of beauty, the sense of abundance. And it's just like, how have we been treating this abundant place? By just consuming. And it's just like how we can, the Empress doesn't just take and receives all this abundance, she gives that back, so that she's forever abundant. So that's why I feel like Uranus and Taurus has been trying to get for us. And with Big Papa, because Big Papa's been in there since the 16th of May last year, 2023, and will be there through the 25th of May, 2024. And this is going to be beneficial for you, Libra, once Jupiter moves into, and let me be mindful, it's, again, a double-edged sword. Because Jupiter's one that he gives regardless of whatever vibration you're in. He's not quite like Saturn, where Saturn has a checklist of things that you need to do before you get his reward. Jupiter's like, okay, here. But if we've been in the more lower expression of Taurus, then that's what we're going to get a lot of. Low expression and a lot of, maybe coupled with Pisces energy, big potential for escapisms if we're not being mindful. And I feel that with Jupiter being so close to getting into Gemini, it's how have we invested in ourselves over the last year? Do we feel more secure than we did during this time? How have we, maybe we've taken up a course of studying this? Again, I don't feel like this has to be anything super huge there, Libra. Maybe you've been doing more yoga so that your body stays in shape. Taurus is tuned in, a very physical sign. Maybe this is where we did start investing into maybe land. Maybe we got with a financial advisor. How's that been working out? Maybe we've been budgeting differently. Maybe we've been making more time for creativity. Creativity. Interesting. For creativity, this is a creative way to say that. And doing something more for the feelings, maybe we've been, whatever this is looking like there, Libra. I do feel like that this is an energy that has been inviting us to just kind of check in with that again. And also, too, just to appreciate the small, the little things in life. Just how I was talking about with nature, we are always abundant. We've just been consumed with so much stuff. And there's this energy so dense, and now it's like there's this need, I feel like, to just again kind of connect with the little things in life, the sound of birds, the light flow of the wind, how the clouds are passing by, the colors in the sky, just but let's get your last oracle card on this, Libra. Love that, Libra. Look at you. Libra, you're going through like this. This is cool. Thank you, guys. And very cool, because I like this. You got the 18th card, which is moon card energy, Pisces. But this is the prophets and ancient seers card here, Libra. And this is a card of decisions and predictive guidance. And I feel with this, Libra, that this is you. Cancer got this too. And I feel this, I want to say they got it at the exact same spot. And I feel that this is about you determining your destiny. This is, I feel like when this predictive guidance, I feel like that we've confused that with predictive programming. And now we've gotten to this place where we're not sure if we can trust our intuition or not. Oh, our intuition said one thing, but then another thing happened. And it's just like, that's part of the journey. Clearly this needed to happen. It's this learning this relationship, because we've been out of touch with this. You can't just jump back into the nest and expect everything, ignore it for 10 years and then jump back in the nest and expect everything to just pick up all fine and be like, no, we got to go. So I was looking at you a little differently. We got snakes in the trees that we need to deal with. And the snakes represent knowledge. There's more things that we just need to understand, about ourselves, what we've maybe been told, and that we do have that. Even when you think about like tarot and stuff, people tell me like, well, what's the future hold? And it's like, what energy are you in? Because that's what's holding that, and that's exactly what's happening. Where you're at presently is what's going to happen in the future. Facts. And I can't tell you what it's going to be. We can talk about where you're at energetically, how we can maybe shift some things, make some different decisions so that we can move this stuff along. But otherwise, that's up to you. I've done it where, we've looked at the stars, we've looked at the cards, everything's all clear, and then someone didn't do anything, and then wanted to be like, well, what happened? Then all you can do is look kind of compassionately and just like say, well, that's a great question. What did happen? Let's so you start the quest all over again. Let's see where we could have maybe did some different things. But let's get your last tarot cards here so I can get you out of here. And that's more so been just like more like acquaintances and stuff. You kind of do some, but. Oh, I love that. Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Let's see what's going on here. Love this for you. Love this for you, Libra. So you have the 2 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Swords, the Strength card, and the High Priestess here, Libra. And let's switch back over, because I feel with this, Libra, I feel in the High Priestess, this is you getting in touch with that intuitive side of yourself. Making your wish, 9 of Cups, come true, 10 of Cups. And I feel that this is you establishing a different relationship. I feel with your guides, with what intuition means to you, with what connecting with source means to you. I feel that for some we've been maybe burned in the past by what we may have thought was our intuition, or maybe what we thought was something here, but it's like there may have been, it wasn't coming from predictive guidance. I do feel like there was some sort of thing that may have needed to just be dealt with, in a sense. I feel like that needed some acknowledgement, some healing, that in order to get to that next chapter, it's like, say you want to have like, well, what can I do for money? But we get a bunch of like cups, and the cards are saying, well, we need to work on this, because in order to get to that, there are some blockages that are needed to be released, and we need to have the strength here. And I like that you got the Sun and Leo here, but there's some strength that's, I feel like, wanting to happen here in order to face these decisions. Like, there's a mindfulness, I feel like, coming with this card, and a realization, because even just thinking too with the Sun and the High Priestess, she's the moon in tarot, and with this new moon that's happening, when this is being released there, Libra, the Sun and the moon are in a different conversation now with each other, as far as like, how do you want to go forward from here? And then we map that relationship as it goes from the new moon to the full moon, and then as it goes through different cycles until we get to the Aquarius full moon. It's a real nuanced growth process that happens when we're sinking in with these cycles. But I feel this is you forming a different relationship with these energies here, Libra, and I feel like there is this inner peace that is happening through this, this sense of balance. Even when things are feeling uncertain, feeling rocky, you go there with this, you're greeting it with this poise and this wisdom that I feel like is going to grow with experience there, Libra. Whew. But I like that, Libra. I think I'm going to leave that there. So if you like that, Libra, if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And share this, Libra, if you know somebody who's been, I just feel like maybe even disconnected from guys, or just been sort of going with the flow, been on this like autopilot, just been maybe stuck in a difficult time, but not really getting the energies moving. And share this, Libra. And then subscribe there, you High Priestess, Hermit. Hit that bell button to get notified on all these videos well, now it's going to be each month, and I'm going to still do the yearly ones. I have this idea of what I'm going to be doing. There's no real, I'm still giving it like because now with these personal readings and things, my schedule is changing a little bit. So yeah, I'll still be doing Celestial News Monthly because duh. And yeah, I'll be doing the yearly readings as well there, Libra. But I think what I'm going to do is do some like collective energy readings. They'll be a little bit shorter. Well, that's the plan. Be a little more shorter, like just kind of like working with like the aspects, what is kind of going on energetically. Maybe talking about certain moves and when planets are moving and whatnot. So just, yeah, be floating around, but there won't be any more of the weekly downloads anymore there, Libra. These will be probably something just a little bit differently as the moments open up for me. But I still love doing this thing, so yeah, just how we work with the energies a little bit there, Libra. And then also, yeah, remember that I am open for personal readings. All the steps in the description box below and on my link thing not LinkedIn, and Instagram. So, and then last little bit there, Libra. Got our lovely ruler here. Do you know where your moon placement's at there, Libra? But if you have any Cancer in your placement, your Cancer moon, that'd be intuitive. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, because you don't have to be a Libra sun to be watching this. Come on over to the chair reading, friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans, and I do tarot card spreads based on what sign she's in and what phase she's in, and it's a great old time there, Libra. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards, y'all, so I can get you out of here, Libra. And look at all these doors opening up for you. So, you got the Seven of Cups here, Libra. And this is your ruler, Venus in Scorpio. And I bring that up to say, I feel like this is a time where you have, I feel like, more choices than you think. You know, I feel like you're being very supported right now. There are going to be some things that you need to face. I feel like in order to get to these options, but you know, I feel like it can feel a little tough going through that one door, but when you open that and you see 7 more doors that are opening up for you there, and I know, and like, it's not to get you panicking, but it is to show you that you do have free will in all of this stuff. But usually there's some sort of blockage there, and if we keep like escaping something, I feel with the 7 of Cups, getting caught in this, I keep getting predictive programming, but remember, you are the prophet, the fortune teller, the one that controls the future. No one controls that but you there, Libra. You could get what you can from this reading, but there's no way I can will you to do anything. You know, that's something I feel like really to remember here, and that goes with anyone. You know, so because even with your guides, you don't have to listen to them. Like there's some times where I'm just like, we're just choosing not to check in right now because I'm still. It'll take me forever to process this thing, and if I don't like the answer that I get, then I'm gonna feel some type of way. So sometimes I just, you know, it's you learn about yourself there, learn about yourself there, Libra. But it's all free will, always. At the end of the day, there, Libra. Let's get your last oracle card here, so I can get you out of here, Libra. Yeah, and I'm trying something just like a little bit different, Libra, and it's been interesting since the move. It's been interesting. A lot of downloads coming through there, Libra, so I'm really excited about where things are going there. All right, Libra. But you have, thank you guys. You have the 3 Gunas card here, Libra, and this is an interesting card because the 3 Gunas, if I'm remembering correctly, are the Tamas, the Rajas, and the Sattvas. I want to say that's correct, Libra, but it deals with that energy first of like when we get stuck, that kind of inertia, that contraction energy, and then we get to the state of expansion, and then there's the level of where things are in equilibrium or in maintenance. So I feel this, well, all that to say, Libra, I feel this energy is connecting, and I like this too, because this is the 5th card, which is the Hermit energy, or excuse me, the Hierophant, and I feel like this is kind of like an initiation that we're going through. This is a time to tune in to where things may have been feeling stuck, you know, where we're feeling resistance, where we're noticing that, and then how can we apply some action to that once we've observed where this root is coming from there, and then how do we maintain that sense of equilibrium once we get to that place, you know, once we get it to where things are assuaged, and it's that constant dance, and there are going to be moments where we do slip up a little bit, but it's getting that awareness where it's just like, oh, okay, now we're back to center. And I feel like those moments where they happen, they're less jerky after a while. It's like, okay, you know, so, but yeah, Libra, yeah, very interesting. I feel like you are really kind of connecting with yourself on a very deep way, so I'm with it. I'm excited for you, but you stay safe out there, Ascended Master. Yeah, raise that vibration through the roof. I mean, and again, I don't feel like this is going to be something necessarily that is going to be easy, but I do feel that especially with the trine and Pluto energy over these next 20 years, it won't be easy, but it will be motion. There will be, the blockages will just, they really just get out of your way there. It was kind of fascinating. And then I had another exact not too long ago, and I did something, and like I did something to repair that, and I'm feeling a little lighter about it there, Libra. So I mean, now it's kind of out of my hands. We'll see what Pluto's got in store for the work that I did. And I will catch you, Libra, on the next one. Later.